That's right, guys. It's Al from Chasing Dreams. In our brand new Walt Disney World Chasing Dreams Disney Room. We're excited, guys. Polly Dot, DJ Diz, and your guy Al. We created a Disney room. Disney Studio. We're going to vlog from in here. This is where it's all going to begin for Chasing Dreams. I got to work on the lighting a little bit. I think it's a little bit too dim. But let's give it a try. As you can see, I'm in front of my nice Disney desk. All of our Disney memorabilia around us. Today we're going to discuss something that we wouldn't normally do on the vlog. Today we're going to discuss Disney don'ts. Resorts you may want to avoid. Food courts you may want to avoid. Restaurants you may want to avoid. And we might throw in a few extras. We'll see how it goes by timing. But first, let's jump right in to Disney restaurants you may want to avoid for multiple reasons. So how we came up with this list is a few different categories. 1, quality of food. 2, price of the food. 3, why is it so bad? What made this restaurant so bad that we put it on this list? And with that being said, Sanaa. We're not ranking any of these. We're not doing that they're ranked 5. We're not doing rankings in this video. We're just naming the ones that we can't stand. We're not being too critical on these restaurant guys. These were really bad. All 3 of us hated these places. So, with that being said, Sanaa. Boy, this one was tough to swallow, literally. Food quality, awful. You could not... You figured Sanaa would have flavor. You figured you would have something different when eating here. So, me being the guy that I normally am, I went and I ordered the steak with the potatoes. Boy, guys, this was just fatty. This was just... My God, my jaw hurt after eating at Sanaa. I was chewing that steak for a long time. The bread service was good. $17 for some bread and some sauces. I didn't see the point there. It was just so dry. The seasoning was awful. DJ Diz wasn't too fond of her plate. I just wish there was more there. Because the atmosphere was a 10 out of 10. Yes, the atmosphere, the animals was great. But the food quality just wasn't, no. So that's why Sanaa's on the list. Food quality was terrible. Price was very expensive for this place. And it just wasn't satisfying. Hollywood and Vine at Disney's Hollywood Studios was by far the most shocking on the disgusting level, guys. Boy, the food was just cold. The portions for a buffet were just... I was in shock when I went up to eat and I saw such poor quality of food. They had corn dog nuggets. They had turkey that was awful. The desserts were depressing. Santa Goofy made up for a little bit. I mean, he was great to meet and greet and take a picture with. I mean, we'll never forget the photo. We have the photo in the home hanging up, but guys, it was just... It was terrible. Disgusting. If I didn't love Disney so much, I would have called and complained and asked for my money back. But boy, when I tell you, don't eat here, no matter what you do, if that's the last place you have to eat in Hollywood Studios, go somewhere else. Leave. Beg for your money back. It is so bad. Now, when discussing restaurants that I would never eat at or have thought were just terrible quality food, Sanaa, Hollywood and Vine, top of the list for me, and Chasing Dreams. The quality wasn't there. The taste was awful. There was no seasoning. But the top restaurant that I will never go to and eat at, just based on the service alone, Maria and Enzo's, Disney's, I was going to call it Downtown Disney, Disney Springs area. Now, guys, this place looks like a good 4-star, 5-star restaurant. Atmosphere was amazing. The views were breathtaking. We sit down, and Polly Dot has allergies. She has to speak to the manager or the chef. They tell us that the chef will not be coming out tonight. They don't do that at this restaurant. I'm not kidding you when I say how upsetting that was to hear. Polly Dot has an allergy that she'll discuss with you on a later date. I'm not here to discuss that with you guys. But when you go into Walt Disney World, the first thing they do is ask what the allergy is, and the chef comes right to that table, always. So this restaurant started off with already a negative vibe because the chef actually, we were told by management that a chef does not come out to the table. That she has to take the order. Okay, all right. So Polly Dot tells him what the whole allergy is, and she says, "Oh, I'm not sure we can cook for you." What? You're not sure you can cook for us? You're not sure you can cook for us? Mike, do you believe that? Mike Wazowski cannot believe that Polly Dot could not get food. This is shocking for all of us. All of us. They end up cooking her the most plain bowl of pasta for $30 that I've ever seen in my whole life. Then mine and DJ Diz's plate come out. It looked delicious. The biggest steak I've ever seen in my whole life. I didn't know how I was going to eat this thing. So I go to cut into it with the steak knife, and it's awful. My God, when I tried to cut into it, it was tough. So I figured I'll give it a chance. I taste it. I take a few bites, and never again will I eat at Maria and Enzo's, guys. The food is poor quality. By far the worst restaurant on Walt Disney World property. Now, let's jump right into resorts real quick. Resorts I will never stay at because I feel like Disney could do better. Now, I get it. They have value resorts, they have modern resorts, and they have deluxe resorts. From what I've seen from other vlogs, and what I've heard from other people, do not stay at the all-star resorts. You'll walk for miles. The food court in the morning, afternoon, and evening is like being in a queue for the mine train just to get a beverage or a piece of pizza. Avoid these resorts, guys. If you do not like large crowds of people at the resort alone or at the bus stop, avoid this resort. Tour groups, cheerleading, football teams, basketball teams, the whole 9 yards, they're all there because it is a value resort. I get it. But it's not worth the money. It's definitely on the worst list. Another worst, and I get construction happens, Caribbean Beach Resort. We stayed there in 2005, and you might as well stay off property, guys. This resort is so big, they need to take you around on internal shuttles that take you about 30 minutes just to get back to your resort or to get to somewhere you need to be to the main building. It's ridiculous. I get it, Walt Disney World's growing, there's a reason for all these buildings, but it's getting old. You pay almost $300 a night to stay at one of these modern resorts, and you're not getting your money's worth. And finally, a deluxe resort that I think that no one should ever stay at because it's not worth it. It's the same size as some of the moderates and the value, and they charge you for deluxe prices because they give you a boat to Disney Springs. Disney Saratoga Resort and Spa. Every time we book this because we're DVCs, we end up changing our mind. Because we look at the map and we say there's no way that we're going to use our points to stay at a resort like this, or in the past, use our hard-earned money to stay at a resort that this size. It is huge. Again, with the internal shuttles, I do not like internal shuttles. So that is my personal preference. I think they're a waste of time. You're on those internal shuttles for at least 30 minutes before you leave to go to the theme parks. So if you're a time-crazy person, do not stay at one of these resorts that I just listed. You will regret it. What was that? What? Mickey has some. Mickey wants to tune in. He wants to say something. Runner-up! We're going to do a runner-up for worst things in Disney World. Wasting your time with this e-ticket attraction drives me crazy that we actually waste our time when we go down to Walt Disney World to wait for some of these e-ticket attractions. An e-ticket attraction means that Disney World puts it on the My Disney Experience app as one of the top tier rides that you want to do. Now, Frozen Ever After in Epcot is by far a waste of a Fast Pass. Close your eyes, sing the Frozen song in your head, and continue on the show in the World Showcase. Because there's one drop in that ride. The rest is Olaf and Elsa singing Let It Go for about 33 seconds of the ride. There's a few icicles, and there's some decent animatronics, but you're wasting your time by going on this ride. Sorry. Another ride that I feel like you want to avoid. I got two rides actually. This one's not an e-ticket attraction, but this ride also gets me every time. It gets me every time. I'm getting so worked up talking about it, I have to tell you guys about it because I think you'll want to avoid it too. Mission Space in Epcot is by far the runner-up. Because that ride puts you to sleep. You wait in this queue because you feel like you're going in space and kids are excited. What kid doesn't want to walk on the moon in a ride? What kid doesn't want to experience Mars? What kid doesn't want to do these things? Disney, Mickey, I'm sorry, but they dropped the ball on this ride. They dropped the ball, Mick. Mission Space just isn't a ride that's for me or Chasing Dreams. We avoid it every time. Now, with all this being said, please take all this in consideration. I'm not trying to badmouth Walt Disney World by any means. I love the company. I love the rides. I love the experiences. We've done all must-dos, greatness of parks, great rides, great everything. This video, I wanted to express things that you want to avoid. Restaurants, rides, resorts. This is just a quick thing that you guys need to learn, that Walt Disney World has their amazing, amazing things. But they have things that you want to avoid. So guys, we're 45 days away from our Walt Disney World vacation in September. Like I told you before, we switched up the resorts. We're very, very excited. I cannot wait to get down there and experience all the greats and the not so greats. Keep this in mind, guys. If you're going to Walt Disney World for the first time, experience all this for yourself. Eat at Hollywood and Vine. go on Frozen Ever After. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying these are things that you'd want to avoid, though, if you're trying to experience bigger and better things in Walt Disney World. So, with that being said, guys, Al from Chasing Dreams Studio wants to remind you to always chase your Disney dreams. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, keep chasing those Disney dreams. I love you guys. Comment, subscribe, do it all, guys. Al from Chasing Dreams out. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.